Hello, my name is Matt McMahon. I'm the General Manager for Blanchard Equipment.
And I'm Wes Sloan, Territory Customer Support Manager with John Deere.
And we're going to try something a little bit different for Blanchard Equipment, and hopefully everyone watching this video will find it beneficial. In the past, we've held solutions clinics at our dealer sites and even off-site, and we understand that sometimes it's challenging to leave the farm and come to one of our locations to participate in one of these clinics. So we're going to use some of the technology that we have access to and present the used equipment solutions clinic information that we presented in the clinics we held just a few weeks ago. The agenda for this video, we're going to be talking about the John Deere Certified Pre-Owned Program and the Blanchard Equipment Winter Service Specials. And the overriding theme for this presentation, which I should mention will only last around 15 to 20 minutes, the overriding theme is that we want to continue to improve your operations performance, reduce your uptime, and essentially reduce your cost of ownership for the equipment that you have on your farm. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Wes, and he's going to go through the John Deere Certified Pre-Owned Program.
So we know that you've got a lot of options out there as far as used equipment. What we want to do is to try to differentiate the Blanchard used equipment from some of the other equipment that's out there on the market today. And we know to do that, we have to offer you more for less. So what we're trying to do is to offer you a product that we can have more of a known cost of ownership. We've all had situations where we've bought a used vehicle and maybe it didn't turn out to be quite what we thought it was. There was an issue that arose, and we want to provide you with something where you know more about that piece of equipment. It's more of a known commodity before you sign on the dotted line. So to do that, there's a handful of steps that we need to take to make a piece of John Deere equipment certified pre-owned. What I should probably start with is let you know what pieces of John Deere equipment are eligible for the CPO or certified pre-owned program. 7R tractors, 8R tractors, and 9R tractors are eligible, given that they are less than 3 years old and have less than 2,000 hours on. We also have combines and sprayers that are less than 2 years old and have less than 1,500 hours on them. So that's the first step, is the dealership will identify what machines they have on their lot that do fit those age and hour requirements. Once that's done, and we've established what units are available for that, the next step is to do a fluid analysis. We're going to pull engine oil, we're going to pull coolant, we're going to pull a fuel sample, we're also going to pull a hydraulic oil sample and send that off to an independent third party who will evaluate those samples to make sure as best we can that we know that there aren't any issues in the fuel, engine, hydraulic oil, or coolant. Within about 3 to 5 days of sending off that sample, the dealer will get back a report, which is available for inspection if you're interested in one of these units. And those fluid samples all have to come back as what we qualify as normal. We give the independent third party ranges and different things to look for in the oil, but they have to be within the normal range. So that will, again, sift out some of the units that may not be the best of the best if they don't pass that fuel test. The next step, once we get those results back and we find out that a unit does have good samples, is we have a Blanchard technician to inspect each one of those units. Now this is, you can see here, this is an example of one of the certified pre-owned checklists. And when we're doing one of these clinics live, I spend a little bit more time going through the details of what specifically that we're inspecting. Now that you have this checklist in front of you, it's easy for you to read, but we're going to go through 8 different areas on here and check for a variety of different things. We're going to check for simple things like leaks. We're going to check and make sure things are operating properly. In areas like the engine, we're going to connect our service advisor computers to that engine and do some readings and make sure things are performing the way that it's supposed to. We're going to check for power. We're just going to do a little bit more detail on that inspection to make sure that that piece is performing as it should. We're also going to move on and check out the powertrain, both the transmission, the clutch, the PTO system, make sure everything is performing as it should, the MFWD, make sure it's performing, and again, the simple things like making sure there aren't any leaks. We're going to check out the hydraulic pump. We're going to do some tests on that to make sure that it's putting out the amount of oil, the pressure and the flow that it should. We're also going to move on and check out the electrical system, make sure it's charging properly, make sure the starter's working as it should, check out all the lights and things like that, and make sure everything's going to perform as it should. We'll move on to steering and brakes, make sure that it steers as it should, it stops as it should, and make sure, again, that everything is up to what it should be. We'll move on to the operator station. Inspect the condition of the seat, the cab glass, the upholstery, make sure the heat, the AC works, make sure the doors latch and shut as they should. We'll move on to the miscellaneous area. One of the common things that happens sometimes in a dealership is a tractor or a piece of equipment may be ordered with certain things such as a quick hitch, a hammer strap on the drawbar. We're going to make sure that those are all in place. It has the weights that it was ordered with, things like that, just to make sure that it is complete and in a like-new condition. Finally, we'll move on to safety equipment. We'll check for again, any leaks, but making sure safety shields, covers, shrouds, SMV, safety decals, steps, handrails are all in place and in good working condition. Now, I mentioned that we're going to inspect all of those. That's the first step. We also need to go back and make any repairs to any leaks, any damage, any of those types of things that we may find before a piece can be marked as certified pre-owned. So it's not just an inspection, but the repairs also have to be performed for it to go into our CPO program. Once it is inspected and refurbished, we're going to add it to the dealership's Machine Finder Pro website. There's a certain number and type of pictures that need to be taken of that unit for it to be marketed as certified pre-owned. So at the final sale, once we have pulled the fluid samples, they've come back as good. We've inspected the unit, we've made the repairs, we've advertised it. At the point of final sale, once hopefully one of you have looked at one of these 7Rs, 8Rs, 9Rs, combines or sprayers, what is the main benefit to you? So we talked about a more known cost of ownership, to know what may or may not be out there on this tractor and have resolved any of those issues. The real payoff for this is we're going to have a variety of financing benefits. Now, these financing benefits may change over time, so my best advice to you is if you're interested in one of these CPO units, get with your local salesperson that you work with in your location and talk to them about what CPO financing benefits may be available. The final step is kind of a three-pronged approach on certified pre-owned. Step one is Powerguard. Powerguard is an extended warranty program that we have available for virtually any piece of John Deere equipment, but specifically as it pertains to CPO, you have choices. Each CPO unit must go out with at least 1 year of Powerguard extended warranty coverage. Now you can choose at the point of sale if you want powertrain, engine, transmission, MFWD, rear end, PTO coverage, or if you'd like comprehensive coverage, which would cover any of the normal warranty items that would be covered under your normal factory warranty. And then you can choose a time and hour limit that suits your operation. If you want more than 1 hour, or 1 year, we can certainly provide that. If you need higher hour limits, lower hour limits, we can tailor a plan that works for you. And again, under that Powerguard, it provides for a known cost of ownership. If there is a major failure during that Powerguard period, you know that your maximum exposure would just be a $500 deductible on any of the CPO units. The next step at the final point of sale is that machine needs to go out with at least 1 year of JDLink. What is JDLink? What does it do for a customer? There are really three major areas that JDLink provides benefits to customers. First of all, machine information. You can go into the JDLink website and look at your specific tractor and see things like fuel usage. You can see how much time that AutoTrack has been used, the PTO has been used, physically where that machine sits. You can also do some really interesting things with machine curfews and machine boundaries, that if that machine starts up and moves outside of the curfew that you've set for it or outside of the boundary that it sets for you, that tractor, sprayer, combine can contact you and let you know that it may be moving even if it's in the middle of the night. So there's a lot of machine information that's out there under JDLink. The next thing I want to visit with you about is Service Advisor Remote. Through Service Advisor Remote, a dealership can dial into your tractor wherever it is in the world and do things like pulling codes, sending software, doing remote recordings, and that comes back to the uptime piece of if the dealer can know more about that piece of equipment, do some diagnostics, potentially send software, maybe we can resolve an issue with that unit without making a trip, or if we do make a trip, we can make those trips more effective rather than have to go back and forth, maybe do some tests, maybe get some parts, things like that. The final benefit I want to mention about JDLink is wireless data transfer. With the technology that JDLink is built upon, it allows us to remotely send prescriptions to your planting tractor. It allows you to send things like harvesting data back from your combine or your cotton picker and move that data back and forth a little bit more easily rather than using USB sticks and things such as that as we've used in the past. Again, JDLink is a very powerful tool, but it's all built on that subscription. And if the subscription goes away, you lose the ability to gather the machine info, the Service Advisor Remote, as well as the wireless data transfer. The third piece that I want to mention that a certified pre-owned unit will go out with is it'll go out with some sort of value-added service package. Now, Blanchard has done a great job of designing some value-added service packages for different pieces of equipment, and we can tailor that to your operation depending on what you're looking for. Is it maintenance? Is it optimization? At that point of sale, you can decide what package fits you best. And if you need more information about Powerguard, JDLink, or the value-added service menu that Blanchard has available, please contact your local Blanchard store for more information.
Thank you, Wes. And one thing I do want to add is that this video will be sent via email, and it will be there'll be a landing spot on our website at blanchard.equipment.com, and there you'll also find a link both on the email that we'll be sending out and on our website, a link to all of the pre-owned certified pieces that we currently have available. So now I'm going to transition, and I'm going to talk about something that if I had to guess is a little more maybe a little more important to some of you. You may be looking at that certified pre-owned piece and thinking, right now, given the environment of the ag industry and where commodities are, I'm really not in a position to purchase a new piece. I'm really not there yet. It may be 6 months to a year or 2 years before I'm ready to upgrade into a newer piece of equipment. So we've thought about that, and what we have is what we feel like, again, is a way to improve your performance, uptime, and reduce your cost of ownership. And we've developed these Blanchard large ag inspections and specials. Here, starting in about a month, and there'll be a link to the details of these inspections sent out, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into great detail on all of them, but I will on one, just to give you an example of what a inspection entails. But here in about a month, we'll have a combine special, a cotton picker special. We'll also have a month where we'll have a sprayer special there in October, and a row crop tractor month in February. And all of these specials, and I'll go into this in a little more detail as well, but all of these specials will have a free service mileage within 25-mile radius, and then there's just a little incremental cost from 25 to 75 miles and then up to 100 miles. But what I'd like to do is take one of those specials and use it as an example, because all of them are very, very similar as far as the structure of them. So I'm going to talk about the combine special. For $450, the combine special will have a Performax inspection. And if you think back to the slide that Wes reviewed with the certified pre-owned inspection, it is almost identical to that inspection checklist. So one of our certified technicians will look at your, in this case, combine, and be very, very detailed as to what they feel like needs to be repaired. At that point, they will provide that inspection checklist back to you, where you can then make a decision on whether or not you want any one or all of the items that were identified replaced. With this inspection comes a 10% off of any parts and labor as part of those items that are identified, as well as the machine can be inspected either in the shop or on site. And again, if it is on site, there is a free service mileage up to 25 miles. And then on the combine inspection, there's an optional $100 Performax inspection on the heads themselves, the combine head. In addition, if there is a piece or a part that maybe was not identified as needing to be replaced at the time, once this inspection is complete, and say, using the combine as an example, once you have the combine in the field and you're harvesting the crop and something breaks down, and again, it's not one that was identified on that inspection, there will be a 5% off discount on parts and labor, only because it went through the Performax inspection. And that to me is a huge benefit. And now I'm going to turn this back over to Wes on the warranty side, because there is some tremendous value in the warranty part of this when it comes to the parts that were replaced. Some really good warranty that John Deere has to offer. So, Wes.
I want to tell you just a little bit about seasonal parts warranty. This is something that's been out there for many, many years, but I don't know that we've done as good a job promoting this as we probably should. What seasonal parts warranty is seasonal parts warranty is a warranty that applies to any repairs made as a result of an inspection, be it a tractor, a combine, a hay baler, what have you. So just to kind of talk through what this is and what it does. So let's say you have an issue with a tractor that it needs to be repaired in the off season. So if you have that repaired, let's say the 15th of December, as you see in the chart there, you would start, your warranty would start from the day the repair is completed, let's say 15 December, as in the chart. You'd have 90 days. That's kind of our standard parts warranty that most of you are aware of. Let's say you have the exact same issue on that tractor, whatever it may be, and it's inspected, the inspection and the repairs are completed on the 15th of December, it would qualify for a seasonal parts warranty that wouldn't begin until on a tractor, what we would consider the beginning of planting season, which would be 1 March, and it would run until the 1st of June. So you would still get the same 90 days, but the 90 days wouldn't begin until the use season. Now, the use seasons are different, but the same principle applies to hay tools, combines, cotton pickers, planters, etc. So just remember, the benefit of any of those repairs, the benefit of having those repairs done by the dealer as a result of the inspection, you're still going to get 90 days, but that 90 days wouldn't begin until the use season begins. If you do the repairs yourself, or they're not done as part of an inspection, the 90 days starts when the parts are purchased or the repairs are made. The same would apply that Matt talked about a bit ago about some of the parts and labor discounts. If you know you have an issue with a combine, a cotton picker, a hay baler, whatever the case may be, the discount might be enough to pay for the inspection, depending on what the job would be, to be able to delay your warranty to take advantage of that seasonal parts warranty. The final thing I'd like to visit with you about in this area, it seems like planting and harvesting is going on nearly constantly. I want to mention some additional optimization resources. And the best place to go to start and see what John Deere apps we may have out there to help you get the most out of your sprayer, piece of tillage equipment, hay baler, whatever the case may be, it all starts at John Deere App Center. It links you to every John Deere app that we have available, and like I mentioned, we have apps ranging from one helping you pick the right sprayer tip for your application, the Go Harvest app to optimize your combine, the Go Cotton app to optimize your cotton picker. There's a variety of apps out there that can really help make life a little bit easier, help make that optimization just a little bit easier to have it right there on your cell phone. Best place to find that is to go to the Apple App Store or the Android App Store and search for John Deere or John Deere App Center. Download that to your phone, and through that App Center, you can browse and see all the different apps that John Deere has available to help you get the most out of your piece of equipment.
And that pretty much concludes our video audio today. Again, this is our first shot at trying to bring this information to you in a convenient format. We still encourage you to come to our future solutions clinics where we can have a little more interaction. But please, if you would, tell us what you think. My email address is up there on the screen. You can email me directly, or we're also going to have a survey on this to see if this is something that you would like to see us do more of. We've also looked into some possible video type format where we do have the ability of showing you some of these different things. But please tell us what you think. Again, we hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for your business and for what you do. And should you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to contact me either through that email or by phone. So thank you, and Wes, thank you too.
Thank you all. Thanks for attending.